Greetings to all. Now, this is probably one of the trickiest topics in German, if we're going to be honest with each other, right? This topic, which is on the der, die, and das. Now, for many times, I've seen most of people struggle with the mastering. How do you know if it is der, if it is die, or even if it is das? Now, by the end of this class, I do quite believe that that problem will have been solved. Yeah. So I welcome each one of us to stay tuned to this. Please get yourself somewhere to write so that we get this in great details. All right. So remember this bit on the der das, the rules of the gender of nouns in German is a bit different from the ones that we're used in English. So let's now go ahead and see some of the rules that will help you in mastering most of the nouns gender, right? So for clarity, remember, der is used for masculine nouns, okay? Der is used for masculine nouns. And then die is used for feminine nouns. Don't say die, no. Der, masculine, die for feminine nouns, and then das for neuter, okay? In the subsequent video, we shall be talking about the plural of nouns, but we'll come on later on because we also have die. So, der masculine, die feminine, and then das for neuter. All right. Now, all of them, they all mean the. Der, die, das, all of them, they mean the. Okay. So let's now see for masculine nouns. Let's now see the rules for masculine nouns there. Number one, days of the week in German are considered masculine. Days of the week. All right. Some examples there we have is der Montag, which is Monday, der Montag. And guys, please ensure as you're writing down that you write down the nouns with capital. Montag should be capital. Yeah? In German, the nouns must always begin with a capital. So, days of the week, like der Montag, der Mittwoch, and der Sonntag. Remember, Montag is Monday, Mittwoch is Wednesday, and then Sonntag is Sunday. Okay. And then number two, male professions and persons. So mostly the male professions and persons are considered masculine. Like in the examples given here, der Pilot, der Vater. So pilot is just a pilot, Vater is father. Der Bruder, brother. Der Onkel. All right? Der Pilot, der Vater, der Bruder, and der Onkel. So these male professions and persons, they are masculine. Then the next rule, number three, months. So the months in German are considered masculine. Like der Januar, der Februar, der Dezember, der Dezember. So you're seeing that the months are considered masculine. Then the next ones that are considered masculine are the seasons. So the 4 seasons are considered masculine. Like in the examples provided, we have der Winter, then you have der Sommer, der Frühling. Now Frühling is spring. Then there's der Herbst. Now Herbst is autumn. So remember here that the seasons are also considered masculine. Now the next category of nouns that are considered masculine, the next category of nouns considered masculine are the compass direction. All the 4 compass directions are also considered masculine. Examples given here is we have der Norden for north. Then you have der Süden, der Westen, and then eventually der Osten. Right? So der Norden, der Süden, der Westen, and der Osten. So these ones are also considered masculine. Okay, the next point is this, that most nouns in German ending in en, most nouns in German ending in en are considered masculine. Remember, we're saying that most because it is not all of them. This one is specifically most nouns ending in en. You'll be seeing this one again under the neuter, but with a different rule. Yeah? So most of them, like der Wagen, which is a vehicle, der Wagen. Remember, we said that this, it is wrong to say Volkswagen. That is a German brand of a car. So it is wrong to say Volkswagen. Instead, you say Volkswagen. Volkswagen. Try saying it from your end. Volkswagen. Okay. So back to the rules. But most nouns in German ending in en are neuter. Der Wagen, which you said is a vehicle. Der Boden. Boden is a ground, yeah? Ground of earth. Then der Laden. Der Laden. So these nouns ending in en, most of them are considered masculine. Der Wagen, der Boden, and der Laden. Next point, nouns ending in ling. Nouns ending in ling, like der Jungling, youth or youngster. Der Liebling, darling, right? Der Liebling. Der Lehrling, der Lehrling. Now, Lehrling is a trainee or an apprentice. Der Flüchtling, a refugee or a fugitive, right? So let's see the examples again. Der Jungling, der Liebling, der Lehrling, and eventually der Flüchtling. Okay. Let's now proceed to the next category. That alcoholic drinks are considered masculine. The alcoholic drinks are considered masculine, except das Bier. Except das Bier. So all these alcoholic drinks that we know of, they are normally considered masculine, except das Bier. So some examples here is, remember the exception is das Bier, okay? Examples is like der whiskey, der cognac, der cognac, der Champagner, der Alkohol, and der Wein. So you're saying that these alcoholic drinks are considered masculine, except das Bier, der whiskey, der cognac, der Champagner, der Alkohol, and der Wein. The only exception here is das Bier, which is neuter. Okay. Now, also in line to that, note that the beverage drinks are also considered masculine. I'm talking about the beverage drinks, these the caffeinated ones. They are considered masculine. Examples. The examples include as follows: der Tee. Then you have der Kaffee, and then there's also der Kakao, cocoa, der Tee, der Kaffee, and der Kakao. All right, let's go ahead. Times of the day. Now, the times of the day are also considered masculine. The times of the day, except die Nacht. The times of the day are considered masculine, except die Nacht. Now, this is why whenever you're greeting somebody, you normally say Guten Tag, Guten Nachmittag, Guten Abend. But for night, you normally say Gute Nacht, because the times of the day are considered masculine. Now, examples include der Morgen, which means morning, der Vormittag. Now, Vormittag can also mean morning because vor means before. So if you say Vormittag, means before noon. Okay. Der Mittag, which is now noon. der Nachmittag, afternoon. Then you have der Abend, So you're seeing that these times of the day are masculine, except night, which is die Nacht. All right, so kindly take note of that. All right, then. So the final rule I have for us under masculine, that nouns ending in ig, for the nouns ending in ig and ich, they're also considered masculine. Like der Honig. Now, Honig is honey. Der Honig. Der Essig. Der Essig. Now, Essig is a vinegar. All right? Der König. Der König. König is a king. Then there's der Teppich. Der Teppich carpet. So you're saying that these nouns ending in ig and ich are also normally considered masculine. So those are the rules under the masculine nouns. Those are the rules, or those are the nouns that normally have the article der. Of course, there's so many other ones, though for those ones that are now irregular. Things like der Tisch, things like, which other, der Tisch, der Fernseher, etc. All of those ones now require one to continuously use them, okay, because they're a bit irregular. Okay, let's now see under the feminine nouns. Let's now see the feminine nouns, the D. So which ones are feminine? Number one, female persons stroke professions are feminine. Please take note of this, that female persons and professions are feminine, but with some exceptions, okay? All these female professions and female persons, you know, they are normally D, except these nouns that end in Chen, C-H-E-N. The exception here is das Mädchen. Mädchen. Now, Mädchen normally means a girl, but it is normally considered das because of the ending C-H-E-N. Mädchen. Okay? So here are some examples of the female persons and their professions, like die Mutter, die Tante, die. Remember to pronounce it as die, not die. Die. Die Mutter, die Tante, die Schwester, who is a sister, die Großmutter, So you're seeing that these female persons and female professions, they are now being considered feminine, okay? And then next point is the ending in. You see this ending in. Now, this ending in is normally equivalent to the English ending EWS. So in English, we normally have the ending EWS being added to the masculine ones, right? For example, we have actor, actress, right? Prince, princess, lion, lioness, right? The EWS. So this EWS is equivalent to the German prefix, suffix in, because for German, they normally add this in to most of the male professions and also male persons to make them feminine. Like in the example given here, or examples given here are die Königin, which now means queen. Male is König. Now female is Königin, right? Another example is die Lehrerin. Now if it was a male, I will just remove the in. Lehrer. Lehrerin. Lehrer. All right? Then you have die Studentin. Then there's die Sekretärin. So this in is considered feminine. Die Königin, die Lehrerin, die Studentin, and die Sekretärin. All right? Okay, let's move on to the next point. But most nouns, please take note of the most nouns, not all. Most nouns that end in E are considered feminine. Now, here are some examples of those ones. Di chocolade, di chocolade, that is chocolate. Then di melone, di melone. Die Hausaufgabe, die Hausaufgabe. Die Torte, die Torte. Die Banane, die Banane. And then there's die Schule, die Schule. So you've seen that these nouns ending in E are mostly considered feminine. Die Schokolade, die Melone, die Hausaufgabe, die Torte, die Banane, and die Schule. So we say that it is most of them, but not all of them. There are those also which end in E, but are not feminine D. Some exceptions will be seen somewhere, things like der Name, which ends in E, but it is not feminine, it is der. All right? Okay, then let's move on swiftly to the next point. Still on feminine, but nouns ending in ION, nouns ending in ION are considered feminine. Examples include die Diskussion. And guys, I encourage us to say from our ends, try pronouncing them to enhance your pronunciation. So, die Diskussion, die Organisation, die Organisation, die Institution, die Illustration. Let's say them again. Die Diskussion, die Organisation, die Institution, and then die Illustration, illustration. Okay? Okay, let's go ahead. Now for the nouns having the suffix enz, nouns having the suffix enz, they are also feminine, like die Tendenz, tendency, right? Die Tendenz, die Kohärenz, and then die Existenz, die Existenz. So these ones are also feminine. Now, still on the same suffixes, those ones ending in anz are also considered feminine, like die Dominanz, die Dominanz. Then I have, so those ones ending in enz. You are seeing that nouns ending in enz and also nouns ending in anz, they are all feminine. Like this one here you've been given is die Dominanz. Dominance. Okay, next suffix. Those ones ending in EI. Now, if you see nouns ending in EI, they are also normally considered feminine, except das I. Except das I. Now, I is an egg. This one is normally considered das. But these are the ones remaining. The ones you'll see ending in EI, they are considered feminine. Examples is like die Buscherei. Please be careful of the pronunciation. Die Buscherei. Buscherei. That is what is a Buscherei? It is a library, okay? Buscherei, that is a library. And then the other one is die Metzgerei. Die Metzgerei, that is a butchery. So die Buscherei, die Metzgerei, a butchery, and then the Abtei. Now, Abtei is an abbey, all right? An abbey. All right, and then the other one goes ahead. Most fruits. Now, most fruits in German are feminine. Underline the word most fruits, not all of them. I would say like 80%, 70-80% of fruits in German are feminine. Like die Banane, all right, die Mango, die Orange. Let's give a couple of them. So die Banane, die Mango, die Orange, and then I also have, okay, I could also give another example with die Wassermelone, Die Wassermelone, that is watermelon. Okay. Maybe I could give one exception like apple. Apple is now der Apfel. Der Apfel, yeah. But you're seeing that most of them are feminine. Die Banane, die Mango, die Orange, die Wassermelone, die Ananas, etc. etc. So that was the point. And the fruits. Okay, let's now see. Yeah, those ones were some nice rules you could use under the feminine nouns. Okay, let's now see the final one, which is on the neuter nouns. Neuter nouns. Now, for neuter nouns, the following rules apply. Number one, nouns that you'll see ending in O. Most nouns in German ending in O are normally neuter. Like example, I have das Auto, das Auto, das Kino, das Kino, Auto is car, Kino is cinema, das Büro, Büro, Büro is office, das Foto, which is now a photo. Maybe we could add one example. Let me just add us one example. That is das Konto. Das Konto. So these nouns ending in O, they are mostly considered neuter. Das Auto, das Kino, das Büro, and das Foto, das Konto. Of course, we have some few exceptions like avocado, the avocado, which ends in O, but it's not das. Okay. Right. And then next point, most nouns borrowed from English. Now, this is a nice concept that most nouns borrowed from English are normally considered neuter. Examples like das Hotel, das Hotel, das Restaurant, das Hotel, das Restaurant, das Taxi, das Baby, and das Hobby. So I think that this point of these nouns mostly borrowed from English. Please note we said mostly, not all, yeah? So most of these nouns borrowed from English, they are normally neuter. Das Hotel, das Restaurant, das Taxi, das Baby, and das Hobby. And then another one interesting fact about these nouns that have been borrowed from English. Another fact is this, that when they form plurals, they mostly add s. For these nouns borrowed from English, they have this interesting phenomenon that when they form plural, you will simply add s to them. Like hotel in plural becomes hotels, the hotels. Restaurant, restaurants. Taxi, taxis. Baby, babies. And then hobby, hobbies. So when they form their plurals, you will simply be adding s to them. Okay? All right, let's go ahead to the other points still on that. Nouns formed directly from infinitive verbs. Look at this one. Now, these ones are nouns. They have been formed directly from infinitive verbs. It's like you take a verb the way it is, and then you turn it into a verb. Okay? So don't confuse this rule with that one for masculine. For the masculine, they told you that nouns ending in en, those ones, they haven't been formed from verbs. But this one under neuter, they are nouns that they have been taken directly from infinitive verb. It's like you take a verb and then you directly nominalize it. It is normally neuter. Some examples is essen. So we know essen is to eat, right? Essen. So if I change it into a noun, now becomes a capital E, and it is das Essen, capital E. Essen, das Essen. Essen is to eat, and then das Essen to eat. Sorry, das Essen is now food or meal. Leben. Now Leben is to live, and then das Leben, life. Okay, Leben to live, das Leben, life. Then you have trinken, to drink, das Trinken, drink. All right. So you're saying that these nouns, they've been formed directly from verbs. They're normally considered neuter. Essen, das Essen. Leben, das Leben. Trinken, das Trinken. You could come up with so many other examples like arbeiten, das Arbeiten, etc. All right. Okay, then the other point on neuter is that remember we saw that beer is also considered neuter. Das Bier. You were told sometimes back that all alcoholic drinks are masculine, but it was only exception of beer, which is das Bier. Okay. All right, then. And then the other point is on colors. Now, colors are considered neuter. Remember, you can use colors as an adjective or as a noun. So when these colors are used as nouns, they normally are considered neuter. They will take das. Example is das Rot. Das Rot is like saying the red color. Das Rot. Das Gelb. Das Gelb, and then das Blau. So these colors are considered neuter. Das Rot, das Gelb, das Blau. Okay? Okay, let's carry on to the next point. Now, this next point is a very interesting one. Now, for this following point, as I said, is an interesting one. The point is that all the nouns you will see ending in CHEN and LEIN. That is the shen and line. So all these nouns you will see ending in shen and line are also considered neuter. Okay? Nouns ending in shen and line, they are all considered neuter. Mostly they're used as diminutives. All right? Because they are normally added to other nouns to show diminutives, right? Like example, we have das Mädchen. Das Mädchen, which now means a girl. Then there's das Fräulein. Fräulein, a miss, right? A young and married lady, yeah? Fräulein. Then there's this other one, das Hundlein. Das Hundlein, which now means a puppy, all right? Then you also have das Brotchen. Das Brotchen, which is like a bun or popcorn, okay? So once again, the example are das Mädchen, das Fräulein. You also have das Hundlein. Then there's das Brotchen. Remember, Brotchen is like a bun, the one you use maybe in a hot dog, okay? Brotchen. Okay, then I have some other example. That's nouns ending in ment. Nouns ending in ment, M-E-N-T. Again, this is not for others, but most of them, okay? So some examples here I have is das Instrument. Das Instrument, the one, like the music instrument. You could say das Instrument or be specific, das Musikinstrument. All right? Musical instrument. Das Parlament. Das Parlament. Parliament, right? So we have das Instrument and das Parlament. Okay? So these nouns ending with ment, they are all considered, they're mostly considered neuter. Okay? All right, then. So I would like us to go ahead and see the final rule. Let me give us the final rule. All right. So the final point here under the neuter I would like to share with us is on nouns ending with um. These ones are mostly formed from the Latin, right? So like publicum, das Publikum, das Museum. So we have das Publikum, das Museum, and das Stadium. Das Publikum, das Museum, and das Stadium. These ones are mostly considered neuter, right? So with that said and done, I believe that these rules are going to make it easier for us to grasp the various gender of nouns. Remember, we always say once you've mastered the rules, it becomes easier for you to determine the various gender of nouns. Okay, so how do you master them? By continual practice. You can't master them in a day, etc. So continual practice. I always encourage one to either use flashcards. You could decide to use flashcards whereby you name everything around the house. Try to name everything. Their tish, their fenster. It is, I mean, das fenster. It helps you in mastering them. All right. Now, as we come to the end of the video, I would like to announce to us that we are launching a book. This is to be coming soon, so you can have a look at the page. We shall be launching it soon. There's a way you'll be able to order yourself a copy, and then, yeah, we'll be able to proceed from there. If there is no further question, then let me say, das ist alles für heute. Tschüss, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.